Sylvia Ludens is a world-class painter. My name is Justin Cronkite. My hometown is Berkeley, California. I am a creative content creator and I'm my age. Sylvia Ludens is my artist, I guess, quote unquote, with all the story behind it and everything. But she's dead, and she died in 1965. So I can kind of like go with it. She went into landscapes and she went into seascapes and abstraction along with the times of history. And she was really good at that, really good. And she is someone who didn't speak for herself. She drew what she saw. She had her day. She worked with her students. She went through her dramas just like us all. But then she went into her room at nighttime and painted. And she did that throughout her life. And I have 5 decades basically of her work. I was answering a Craigslist ad because I needed a dresser. I went to this house that happened to be a couple blocks away from mine. And while I was there getting the dresser, saw all this cool looking frames and wood pieces that looked like pictures and stuff in this corner, and the shelves and these racks, and they were just like old and dusty. It was his aunt's art. It hadn't been seen in years and he didn't know what to do with it, and I was like, I would love to try and bring this to the world. And he was like, let me think about it and I'll give you a ring back. And I was like, okay, cool. Nothing. And I forgot about it. 6 months later, he contacts me. He says, I want to give you this art to try and figure out what to do with it. And I was like, okay. So I got this art and I had no idea about art. I had nothing. I had no background in fine art, I should say. So I all of a sudden dove deep into the art world. My mentor in this whole project, he lives in Berkeley and he was Mr. Modern Art. I fell in love with Sylvia, learned about her, went on this journey of trying to find out information. She died early of cancer, and while I was finding Sylvia and dealing with all the art stuff and learning about it, my dad died of cancer randomly after 6 months of having it and finding out it's gone. I can't not imagine my dad, because of my creative issues, up in heaven. I don't believe in heaven, by the way, but my dad up in heaven, and he's like, he hears Sylvia's name, and he goes, oh, I know that name. And then he's like, hey, you're Sylvia Lynn. And Sylvia's like up there going, yes. And then he's like, my son has all your paintings. And Sylvia's like, oh, no shit, really? What's going on? He's like, watch what's about to happen. And they're looking at me going, let's see what you can do. I would love to go to art full time because I want to open a gallery. I can't stop collecting it. I can't stop talking about it. I can't stop looking at a piece of art, and I might not like it, but I know of a friend or someone or a house that would benefit from having a piece like that. I'm like crime scene investigation, but there's no crime. Maybe there is. That's the cool part. There's always that maybe of like, maybe this is a Picasso, maybe this is a Giorgio, maybe who knows. I like finding shit, and I like figuring out where it's from, who did it, and why they did it, and when they left us. You know, there's so many people in this world, and I've learned that everyone's got the story. I think my ego is a lot bigger. My ego's still big, don't get me wrong, I love myself in a lot of ways, but I've learned that everyone else probably loves their own selves, and they love themselves for a reason, and I won't know that, and if I meet them, maybe I'll learn something about it, but I can learn so much from everybody. I think I've learned, and everyone's so talented, whether it's art, whether it's conversation skills, whether it's making a shoelace, I don't know, whether it's someone can do all Mac and PC things and shit like that, or gamers, it's all talent, and I think it's all amazing, and I've learned that everyone's got something, and I want to know what everyone else is, and I want to continue finding mine.